I did watch a couple of clips from Garrett and Steve yesterday, and they were goofing on Opie. And this is another thing that sometimes I have to talk about it. Look, it was 20 years of a show with the Opster. And, I still pay attention to what he's doing. I wish him the best. But some things he does, it just doesn't make any sense. Just doesn't make sense. There was, he's got his YouTube channel. And look, they can consider this bashing, and Opie could be like, "Hey, you talk about me." I'll literally give you a plug to a lot more people than you give a plug to on a daily basis on your YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel like Opie Radio, and that's where he's been posting all of his videos. Great. And by the way, he's been posting O&A stuff from many years ago. Again, I wash my hands of it. I don't get any money. No one gets any additional money from literally the show that we did. He wants to post them, make money on the hits and ads, revenue on YouTube, whatever. God bless. So he does that. And now he's made a new channel. It's Opie Unleashed NYC. And I can't not talk about this. Again, I wish him the best. He's made tens of thousands, if not $100,000 on his YouTube channel utilizing Opie and Anthony clips, which no one else involved in the show has seen dime one of. So, Godspeed to you. But I guess I have to call out certain things. First of all, and Garrett and Steve brought this up on their show, why make a new channel? You have, 250,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel, and then you start up a new YouTube channel that's struggling to get to 1,000, Opie roasts Anthony's outrageous glasses. Oh, he did that? Because of my, I didn't see this. When did he post this? January 7th. Is that today? Oh, let me see. Play it. We'll get a strike. No. Go ahead. I want to see what he says. Yeah, see?
Oh my God. All right. I'm not going to lie to you. I do. Johnny Gibbons. I'm not going to lie to you. Someone sent me a clip. Once again, Anthony just fucking saying shitty crap about me.
Shitty crap. Pause it for a second. I'm not saying shitty crap about you. I'm commenting on what you're doing as a former radio host and a former partner of mine for 20 years. And all the things you do, I comment on it. A lot of people do. Look at your comments. To get out of the little bubble of people that are on your chat and look at what the actual comments say about what you're doing. It's not good. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It's not interesting. It's just nothing. And now you got this new thing where you walk around the streets of New York. Like, look at me. I'm going to be this troll. I'm going to do it. And what happens? Nothing. It's boring. I'm not shitting on you like, fuck this guy. I wish you the best. All right, let's see what he says about my Pat Cooper. Pat Cooper, I've heard it. My own guys tell me that, and I laugh. The fucking, when I stream to over, 4,000 people on the weekend. When my YouTube channel hits over 4,000 people on the weekend when I stream, a lot of their comments are making fun of my glasses and my hair and my clothes and all the other shit. Pocky. I take it for what it is. But this guy can't just understand that he's not interesting. And if anyone calls him out on it, it's shitting on him. Oh, God. The Nana thing is an old Reddit troll on me because they consider me old like a Nana. And then it also had to do with their assumption that I was fucking a tranny. And feed Nana was the thing. It was because I guess I would eat jizz. That was the Nana thing. Again, it's been around for years. I find it funny. It's what it is. But that's where the Nana comes through. So obviously Johnny Gibbons, whoever that is, knows about that and figured he'd throw that in. And the Pat Cooper thing, yeah, I've heard that. Pat Cooper. Robert De Niro in Casino, which is the dumbest of the comparisons. The glasses aren't even close. It's the big, thick, black-rimmed glasses with magnifying glasses in them. These are like 70s kind of aviator glasses. Of course, they're old style. I didn't care. I was wearing CVS readers. And they were killing my eyes because I have astigmatism. They're different, prescriptions for each eye. So I went to an actual place, got the eye exam, got the eyes checked and what prescription was needed. And then I looked at the lenses, and every fucking lens in glasses places now are those tiny round little like Lionel wears in fluorescent yellow or something. I wasn't going to wear that shit. Or these fag girl-looking glasses or something. So I'm a fucking child of the 60s and 70s. And these were things I remember like my dad wearing. So yeah, I bought them. Yeah, those I wouldn't get made fun of if I wasn't wearing Spike Lee Crooklyn type fucking glasses. They look like fag glasses. Fag glasses, everything else. So what the fuck? And again, who cares? Yeah. Oh, I see that on the rack, or I see these. And I go, oh, give me the round fucking Harry Potter glasses. I want to be Harry Potter. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'll get those. The Rosie O'Donnell glasses. Those? Are those good men glasses, you fags? Jesus. Oh, yeah, that's good. I'm a professor, or I'm an aging MILF whore with the leopard skin. That's good. Yeah, I'll get those. You guys, oh, good. Retard glasses. Those are retard glasses. When I was growing up and the Down syndrome kids would be in the special ed class, and of course, they're eyes. Why didn't God just fuck everything up? Their eyes are fucked up. So they gave them those big, heavy frame retard glasses. So, say what you want. I like these. So you can make fun of them. Oh, that's good. I'm John Lennon. I'm a flower child at Woodstock. Like any of these, if I put them on more retard glasses, I wouldn't get fucking made fun of. That's what they do. You start wearing glasses full time. It doesn't matter how old you are. People will just make fun of you. Yeah, the old librarian glasses. Fuck that. So whatever. These are my glasses. I wear them. These glasses are mine. Glasses' name is Charlene, sir. Let's see what Opie has to say about my glasses. I hope it's funny at least.
Text each other, and one of the things they do when they text each other is make fun of me. That's fun?
I do text Kevin Brennan. We text back and forth. It's very rare. It's usually a sarcastic little jab or an acknowledgement of someone that we mutually don't like, and we'll shit on him. Opie, John.
Just keep it going for another 10 years. That's fun. Don't ask me about when I'm going on Kevin Brennan's show. I don't want to deal with any of that nonsense. I'm laughing, Johnny, because Anthony is wearing some wild glasses. They are wild. And he does look like Pat Cooper. He looks like when Pat Cooper would come in with those wild glasses. So bravo to you, Johnny Gibbons. I don't know if Anthony's doing well. I don't know if his streams are doing well. I don't know any of that. I did see a quick clip, and yeah,
damn well. You know damn well every cent my streams make, Opie. That's why you made a different stream, a different account, to try to get the algorithm to not acknowledge the Opie and Anthony, which is, why would you do that? Everything this guy's ever done, he's tagged Opie and Anthony on every single video he's ever put out. And now he's decided he's going to go off and do this other thing that has nothing to do. That's the way he's promoting this. It has nothing to do with Opie and Anthony. Nothing to do. It's a brand new channel. Opie Unleashed NYC is going to be just his wild street videos of him doing crazy stuff. You're 60. I'm in my 60s. I think he's 61 now. These are the glasses you wear when you hit 60. Pat Cooper wore these glasses because he was 60. Do you get how that works? Do you get it? It's kind of called accepting who and where you are in life. Not being 61 or 62, whatever years old, and making a YouTube channel about your wild trolling prank New York street videos. What? That's my glasses at my age. Me wearing these is more outrageous than a 60-year-old running around the streets of New York trying to prank people? Honestly? Yeah, Anthony's got some crazy glasses. Ooh, look out, they're wild. What are they, on springs? The eyeballs come out? Anthony's got crazy glasses. Yeah, that's crazy, Opie. Oh, that's crazy for a guy to do. Not walk into a pharmacy and ask where the envelopes are and then go, are they next to the feminine hygiene products? Tee-hee. By the way, that is an honest assessment of one of his videos. One of his wild, unleashed videos. He literally goes into a stationery store trying to buy envelopes and asks if they're near the tampons. Doesn't even say tampons, right? It's feminine hygiene. Because you don't even curse on his channel. It's YouTube. You could say shit every so often. You don't have to say holy S. What is that? What are you, 5? So yeah, my crazy wild glasses at 64. My crazy wild glasses. As opposed to a guy that's 62 running around New York trying to go viral. Oh yeah, I'm insane. Call me crazy. Woo! Whoa, they're wild. Holy shit, these people. All right, continue.
Yes, his glasses are wild and make him look like Pat Cooper. Whatever. Like, I personally, I can't see, God damn it. I had LASIK many years ago, and the LASIK is starting to wear off, and that's why, like, these eyes, that they should be open like this, but I'm becoming a squinty boy again. So maybe I go and get my contacts back, but I ain't going on these live stream with glasses. No.
Why not? What, for vanity? You look like a bum. Vanity. I'll get contact. I'm not going on with glasses. You're dressed like a fucking homeless person. You don't shave. Your hair is constantly in disarray unless it's under a wool cap. But glasses, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I really didn't want to get this deep into this. You see what happens when I watch a video like that? Good. God bless Pat Cooper. Look, I'm Italian. I'm probably as old as Pat Cooper was when he was on Stern. He might have even been younger. And he was funny and he yelled a lot. So yeah, God bless. Here is the, I read this, dude. Here is the, this is the Opie radio one, right? The hilarious world. What's that? No, this is the old one. Keep it up here, but try to find the other one, and I'll read this one first, and then we'll read the new one. The hilarious world of Opie. Oh, it's hilarious, all right. Welcome to the official channel of Opie, featuring a variety of comedy content. Yes, Opie from the Opie and Anthony show. Like you were like, Opie from the Opie and Anthony show? Yes, Opie from the... Don't assume. Don't assume people know. It's been many years. Fast-paced laughs. Get your daily dose of humor. Daily dose. Get your daily dose of arsenic. With comedy quick hits featuring hilarious clips from Opie. Opie from Opie and Anthony? Yes, Opie from that Opie. Live and unscripted, catch the best moments from Opie Radio Podcast live at Gephardt's. Opie's live stream show at Gephardt's Beer Culture. Food and fun. Ruizing with Opie and Carl, where Opie teams up with Food Network star Carl Ruiz. Wow, this is old. For podcast episodes filled with laughs. Well, Radio Gold, relive the moments, the best moments from Opie's final year in radio. Subscribe for more laughs. Opie, comedy, quick hits, live stream, Gephardt's, podcast, Food Network. Here's the one for the new one. This is great. This is... Welcome to Opie Unleashed NYC. Dive into the chaos and comedy. Chaos and comedy? You're 61. You're 61 years old. Chaos and comedy? Holy shit. Chaos and comedy of New York City with me, Opie, as I explore, prank, and troll my way through the city streets. Explore, prank, and troll? This is what 17-year-old boys do. Hoping to get tween girls to tune in to their channel because they're cute. This isn't what a man does. A grown man. A very grown man. If you want to do a show, talk about things. You can be funny. Well, not you, but people can be funny and have a look on a take on life. Roaming around, literally just walking. Let me read the rest of that. Okay. Experience. Here it is. Streets. To hilarious local pranks. Experience the unique, raw humor of New York City life. Oh, yeah, I experienced that. A woman being lit on fire in the subway. Is that the raw humor of New York City that he's talking about? Join me for weekly laughs, surprises, and a peek into the city's wild side. Subscribe for more and hit the bell for your dose, another dose of urban adventures. Holy shit. You know, I was watching a video just last night, and it was a guy, and he had a camera. He was about 30, I'd say, at most. And he had a camera. He had a clip-on lav mic, and the camera was facing him, and behind him was the subject matter that he was talking about. He was talking about an old triangle building in New York City that used to be an infirmary for the poor and destitute of New York City, and it was built in the 1800s. And it sat vacant for years. And it was only sold in the 90s. And once the guy that owns it now bought it, he read through all of the old laws from the 1800s, and that building cannot be used for anything but charitable work for homeless and destitute and poor New Yorkers. So it has sat empty for decade upon decade in one of the most expensive areas of New York City, the Village. And this guy, in a video that must have lasted 3 to 4 minutes, interested me. He was in New York telling a story about a building in a very posh place. There should be a restaurant in that building or a hotel, and it's empty. Why? I was interested. I watched the whole thing. He was telling a New York story. It was pleasant. His delivery was concise, intelligent. That's a New York story. That's a New York street video. A guy walking around pointing out interesting things and then giving more info on it. And you leave going, yeah, okay, that was an interesting video. Walking around New York with the camera facing forward, no one, you're not on it, and just bouncing and going, scaffolding, fucking scaffolding. Hi, pigeon. Hi, pigeon. You could hand a camera to a retard and get equal entertainment. But it'd be funnier because it's a retard doing it. Technical retard doing it. There's a way to do his write-up about his channel is false advertising. Play the one with him going into the pharmacy. Play the envelope fucking one, Ryan, because this is the type of, you sign up and do it. I'm not being sarcastic. Opie Unleashed NYC. What is that? Here you go. Watch the comic stylings, the wild side, the local pranks, the trolling. Watch what you're going to get from the amazing Opie. From the Opie and Anthony show? Yes, that Opie. Watch this.
All right, I got to get envelopes. You guys got envelopes? Are they next to the Kotex? Are they next to the feminine hygiene? I see feminine hygiene, not envelopes. It's not next to the hygiene, is it? I know, but she sent me where the feminine hygiene stuff. It was very embarrassing for all of us. Is there envelopes around here? Oh, right here. I'm sorry, ma'am. Thank you. All right, guys. Opie, the ultimate troll. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Are you up first? Okay. She's had it with you already, and she's known you for 15 seconds. Well, that's pretty good. Haagen-Dazs. Little Haagen-Dazs. I just needed to pay for my envelopes and get out of here. I got nothing but 10s all day long. I went to the bank. Be an easy target with my bed back. I got $1,000 on me. 1,000 in tax. Easy target. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. Yeah. Sorry if I was a bother. Sorry if I was a bother. I was a bother. Here you go, man.
Oh, thank you.
Happy New Year, all right? Yep.
Do I have to even say anything? Can that just speak for itself? But look out. Whoa! Anthony's nuts. With his glasses, look out. Sometimes things just belong on the cutting room floor. Don't you think? Sometimes you might have some intention. You might have a plan. And then you do it and go, didn't quite hit the mark. Maybe next time. Why he would decide to upload that? Just because you're videoing something doesn't mean it's great. Just you're walking down the street without a camera. Are you ever walking down the street without a camera and you go, God, if only I could be recording this? Me walking down the street, pointing out a Haagen-Dazs freezer at a bodega. Maybe a bodega cat, and you have fun with the little cat, and he meows at you. You post that. People love cat videos. What the fuck was that? A 61-year-old man asking if the envelopes are by the Kotex? Are you out of your fuck? I'm embarrassed. Because of my glasses, obviously. Anthony's wearing some wild glasses. Yo, yeah, look out. Ooh, they might as well be X-ray specs from the back of a comic book.
I genuinely feel depressed after having watched that. Like about 3/4 in, I was like, I just feel like sad. There's no joy to be had here.
I used to feel sad looking at that. Now, you earned every fucking inch of your real estate that you're on right now. Every inch of the bed you made. Oh, God. Well, anyway, subscribe to Opie Unleashed. Unleashed. Was he leashed before? When you watch the Opie radio channel and you watch the videos, are you going, God, if only they unleashed this guy, we could see the true potential. He'd be going into stationery stores asking if the envelopes are by the Kotex. But he's leashed. He's on a tight rein. Now he's unleashed. He might do anything. Look out. He's very much like like Stuttering John, who just recently started up a TikTok channel. I talked about this yesterday. Again, he's 59. I'll even give him a couple of months he's got left before 60. But a 59-year-old man, and believe me, he is a city miles 51. In the old equestrian circles that I used to travel in, they called that ridden hard and put up wet. You're never supposed to do that to a horse. They end up aging prematurely and going lame. Well, if anyone's gone lame, it's Stuttering John Melendez. And, he's not a very spry-looking 59. And he decided a TikTok presence because he had to leave YouTube because the Dabbleverse was a little too much for him. But he couldn't stay away. He's a fucking insane narcissist that needs the attention on a minutely basis. So he decided TikTok, where young girls go to dance and where young boys get a tween audience by yelling at someone at a mall. That's where he decided that's the best avenue for Stuttering John to start getting some momentum and some hits, some numbers, as the Opster so eloquently puts it. It's like an ex-wife. It's worse than an ex-wife. I haven't seen, heard, or had any effect on my life because of my ex-wife in 2 decades, longer, maybe, I don't know, a couple of decades. And the Opster, the ex-wife, still there, somehow attached, somehow. Oh, God. Reading the names of the, I don't know. And what a fucking mental patient. It was literally 20 degrees out on Long Island. 20 degrees. And he's sitting at what has to be 5:30 in the morning in front of 2 wide open patio doors. A little wool hat on. Close the doors. I don't know. Anyway, Opie, Unleashed, NYC. Don't forget the NYC. Subscribe, follow, comment, whatever you want. Be honest. I'm not saying go there and shit on him. And I mean that. I am not saying that. I'm saying watch the material and judge it for yourself. I've seen some comments. Some people seem to find it funny. And if you do, I implore you to comment accordingly, that it's hilarious comedy from a 61-year-old man pranking New York City. And Opie, don't forget, get over there. Opie, Unleashed, NYC. See what he's up to. It's crazy. It's crazier than my glasses. You want to see pranks, trolling, and just the comedy, the dirty, deep, dark comedy of New York City man from the street level? You got to go to a 61-year-old man walking around with his phone. That's what you're going to see. You think these are crazy? Whoa, you ain't seen nothing yet, folks. It's like this comes up like herpes every so often. The Opie thing. Like herpes. It just like comes up and then it goes away for a while. And then there's another ugly flare up. I don't know what it is with this guy. I mean, jeepers creepers. I think he sees engagement. He knows, like, you know, I really don't have to speak about Opie to get viewers and stuff like that. I do it all the time. But Opie sees, like, he sees when he talks about me or I talk about him, whatever, it drives views and responses and engagement. Ooh, the engagement. So he's compelled, you know, he sees that and he's just like, I gotta keep this thing going. Meanwhile, he makes a whole nother channel that supposedly has nothing to do with Opie and Anthony. Because he wants to put all his cool street stuff, man. Like his street videos. It's gonna be like a hit. You know, because that's what really that's what a lot of people want to see on social media. Or 61-year-old men doing wacky, crazy stunts. You know, even I know that after you get a few years under your belt, you're not really eligible to fit into certain categories anymore. And becoming a viral sensation for wacky internet bits, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think it's a good look. It doesn't work. It's like, I don't know of any guy in his 60s that is successful online. There might be a couple because the joke is that they're old, like that, like Dice. Dice is a great example, but Dice came up with an original bit. It's his. It's not just doing wacky stunts. It's not like, look at what I do. I have a page dedicated to, you know, you never know, my wacky stunts. Dice is, you know, he's a guy in his 60s who just knows what's funny. He knows he's funny as an older guy. And he goes out there and does the face, the picture. Aren't you the guy that wanted the picture of the face? It's hilarious. And he gets a lot of views. Celebrities, comics, they comment on how fucking funny it is. And that works because it's Dice. And Dice knows he's older than he was. And he knows how to work that. He's not trying to be something. He's Dice. You can't be in your 60s doing wacky stunts on the streets with people. Youngsters do that. I love watching them get belted in the face when they do it or shot. There was an instance in a mall where some guy who just hassles people, that's his whole gimmick, got shot. And the guy that shot him wasn't charged. I was just fucking being an asshole. So, if you decide you're going to go out on the streets of New York City, like Opie thinks is like if you just turn a camera on and there's New York in front of you, that somehow everything you've recorded is worthy of putting up on YouTube, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be magic, just for the fact that it's New York, and he's doing it, so he must think it's got to be good. It's got to be astoundingly fun and funny. All I have is Pepsi today. It's not bad, but it's not Mexican Coke, and it's certainly not Topo Chico. So if any of you forgot, I played, of course, his buying envelopes bit he did, which was, I don't know what the fuck that was, but he played it, and Carl played it on Who Are These Podcasts. Carl did a whole breakdown of the Opie sensation, the Opie being the newest, coolest prankster of New York City. So he went through some of Opie's new videos that he has up on Opie Unleashed NYC. He's unleashed now, so God knows, no one knows what can happen. So Carl, WATP, did that. It's up on YouTube and other places that Carl posts on. So I would suggest you check that out. It's pretty goddamn funny. But yeah, Opie did that. He did a couple other things. Here's one of the latest ones. This is Opie New York City prank. I won't even describe it. Let's just watch what he did. This is the kind of pranksterish, funny, trolling, New York City, raw, rough, rugged comedy that Opie, 61-year-old Opie, is doing in New York. Let's watch. Am I missing something? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me. What is that? What is that supposed to do? Who's the audience for that? You got to think all these things out when you're trying for that viral video. Oh boy, has he tried for years and years for that viral video. He's gotten amazing viewership on some of the videos he's posted. They were Opie and Anthony show moments. Like, those are big. I get that. You Mustard, homeless Mustard singing fucking Radiohead. One of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Neck and neck with Sleeves' rendition of la 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 la, going to the la la la, the Christmas song that Sleeves did. Neck and neck, though, was Mustard's version of Radiohead's Creep. I'm a crap. Are you? You certainly are. And Opie posts that, and it gets millions of views. God knows how much money the Opster made off of that video. But that's what he does. He posts Opie and Anthony show material. It makes a lot of money. He's never given anyone connected with the Opie and Anthony show dime one from any of these videos he's posted. But those are the ones that have gotten the hits and made money. So I guess even he understands that. And he wants to go viral on his own merit. That's the big thing. He can't stand that it's still the Opie and Anthony show that got the millions of views with Homeless Mustard or whatever other Opie and Anthony show stuff he posted that gets a lot of views. So he can't stand that. So he made a new YouTube channel, Opie Unleashed NYC. I'll say it 1,000 times because the best thing people could do is watch it. I can't possibly shit on this YouTube channel and get my true feelings on these videos put forth to the people better than they could if they just watch it themselves. So I implore you, go over there, subscribe, follow, watch the videos, and you tell me. You tell me. More importantly, tell Opie. So he does things like that. It's like, what? So he gets this channel, and it's supposed to have nothing to do with O&A. That's his goal now. And he gets like, I don't know, what has he got, 1,000 subscribers? I don't know. But he's not going to get the type of heat. He's not going to get the type of heat he was getting from the Opie radio channel when it was Opie and Anthony stuff. And if he thinks running around his car, make-believe flying during a red light with the great Christopher Cross, backup vocals by Michael MacDonald, playing in the background, I got to say, I don't think so. I don't think so. If this was anyone, this was any random man in his 60s doing this, I would go, I doubt that this is going to become a thing, a sensation, a viral sensation. I don't know. But that's what he's doing. And then just this morning, I guess he was walking around the streets looking for unbelievable opportunities for his brand of comedy. And he saw something on a bus board side of a bus shelter, and it said rent or adopt a teen. You know where Opie goes with that one. Maybe Anthony should look into this. Yeah, because that joke hasn't been done 1,000 times over the course of decades. Yeah, decades. But he puts a new, fresh spin on it. Oh, that's right, he didn't. So this is and by the way, I thought his new channel wasn't supposed to be Opie and Anthony related. That didn't last long. Lasts as long as Stuttering John stays off the internet. What's he doing now? Cameos? Oof. So yeah, the Opster. I mean, there's been some tweets over the course of the weekend. I'm not going to go through them, but he enjoys whenever anybody brings up my name. He enjoys calling me a racist. That's the thing, whatever. The racist moniker these days holds no weight whatsoever. If somebody has been deemed a racist by the left, it just means they're aware of what's going on and maybe willing to even speak about it to the point where people notice and go, hey, you're a racist. It's like, man, no, not really. I'm just talking about shit. So Opie does that and calls me racist. Then I just commented that he would never go on the subway. He does these videos where he puts the camera and looks down the subway and goes, oh, down there. I don't go down there. I don't go down there. No, he'll take a taxi or an Uber if he's got to go anywhere of any length in New York City. He doesn't take the subway. Why? Why don't you take the subway, Opie? Interesting. He sends his kids to private school in Manhattan. Why? What's wrong with the public schools in Manhattan? Is there something going on in the public schools that we don't know about? And does it have anything to do with also why you won't go in the subway? I fucking can't get enough of Frankie MacDonald being chased by thing videos. But I will tell you something. This is better than what Opie's doing. and there's a similar thing. It's like, where are you coming from? Oh, where are you? Oh, where did you come from? And Frankie going, oh no, gorillas are chasing me. Opie and Frankie MacDonald are on the same comedic level. There is a difference, supposedly a difference between the two of them, but by me to try to find what that difference really is, because I'd rather watch Frankie being chased by gorillas. Let's watch a little Frankie MacDonald here, and you tell me.
Okay, guys, we're going to do a guy being chased by a ton of gorillas. There's a ton of gorillas after me now. There's a lot of gorillas after me now. There's so many pack of gorillas after me now.
So many pack of gorillas. Yeah, it's Frankie.
There's a lot of gorillas after me now. There's a ton of it. These gorillas cannot stop chasing me.
Cannot stop chasing me. Back to the gorilla. Pull your pants up. I can't.
There's even more gorillas.
He almost is the gorilla while he's talking.
There's so many pack of gorillas.
I can't. Pull your pants up, run back away.
The gorillas finally got away. Thanks for watching. I'm Frankie MacDonald.
The gorillas finally got away. I thought the gorillas were chasing you. See, it always leaves a little mystery there. I will take one fucking Frankie MacDonald video over 1,000 Gregg Opie Hughes. I'm in the now. Play the jogger one again right after that, and you tell me what the difference is there. It's just he's repeating himself. He's doing. Play the jogger one again.
Time to play. We don't see the joggers. Oh my God! Oh jeez, I didn't even see you guys. Let's play. We didn't see the joggers. Anyway, so what do you? Oh my God! Where are you guys going?
Chased by gorillas.
He said, "Go to the right."
A lot of gorillas chasing me.
Run, Forrest, run!
Gorillas, pack of gorillas.
Run! Run!
Run, Forrest, run. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you? Oh my God! Where are you guys? No! Run, Forrest, run!
There's even more gorillas.
Exactly. Exactly. We give Frankie the benefit of the doubt. We give Frankie a little professional courtesy with his videos. They're endearing. I love it. But that Opie boy with those videos, holy mackerel. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. But, you know, I don't need the personal insults. I don't need to, you know, go into any of that. He says my glasses are crazy. I said he looked homeless. You know, quid pro quo on the personal insults. But the material speaks for itself. I've never seen Opie take a segment of my show and play it and critique it on a professional level. What am I doing that I should be doing differently in doing a live show like this? Is the camera good? The mics? Do I have material to talk about? Am I passionate or interesting in what I'm talking about? I hope so, but it's been quite a few years, so I have to assume somebody wants to watch. But anyone can take a clip of Opie and just be like, I don't know what this is. I honestly don't know what you're doing, what you're trying to do, what audience you're trying to reach. This is stuff, you'd do if you were a teen, not even in your 20s. If you're a teen on the soon-to-be extinct TikTok or Instagram or something, this is the stuff you do. Look, joggers, they're going the wrong way. And, if you look like you're supposed to be in a boy band, then a bunch of little girls follow you and you get a shitload of views and you make some money off of it. If you're a man in his 60s, I assume it's time to, if you want to do a show at all, it's probably time to sit down and talk about things that you're interested in and try to convey that in an interesting way to the audience, because people can tell if you're really interested or passionate about something or not. If you've done your research, if you enjoy it, and you can make some jokes along the way in that. It doesn't, have to be this serious show. But he chose to run around like a mental patient. The joggers. I would assume to get one good video, you'd have to go out for a few days in New York City, hours a day, and do stuff. And then when you look at it all, you can go, well, this was pretty good. I'll edit it. I'll put in some music or sounds or, some cuts in there. And then this is the one we're going to go with. If you are brilliant, a brilliant actor, comedian, whatever it is, I doubt you can just go out, you and your phone, and hit record, and it's something worthy of putting online. Every time you hit record, everything you do is this amazing segment of New York City and stuff. It's impossible. It's impossible. You have to try so many times to get one thing that maybe works. And he thinks every time he hits that record button, it's just fucking 24 karat. Whatever, Opester, whatever you want to do, you go do it. You be you. You be you. My advice, don't pay so much attention to the chat and the comments that come in. They're trying to troll you. They'll bring up me and Jimmy, and you'll go off, and they'll go, ha-ha, and then you got to shit on me or Jimmy, and then we got to shit back on you. So you don't want any shit from us. Then just do this magic that you perform. And that's it. That's it. You could talk about Opie and Anthony. I do it all the time. But, a chat person mentions me, and then you got to, that fucking asshole. Opie. Beavis. All right. Anyway, that's my little end of the week Opie rant. Watch him though. Subscribe. Go over there. You subscribe. Opie Unleashed NYC. Don't forget the NYC. Don't forget the Unleashed. Certainly don't forget the Opie. And you will be entertained. I don't know if it's the type of entertainment value he would like to believe he's putting out there, but you'll watch and you'll go like, ooh. Just like you watch Frankie.
Oh my God! Where are you guys going?
Where you guys going? I'm going to Opie Unleashed NYC is where I'm going. That's where I'm going. All my comedy needs. Oh, oofa. Cocks in a box.
Yeah.
And just all the nonsense, the bleachers, and we found the likes of Big A and Bobo because of all that. And then when we got to Sirius XM, it just stopped.
It stopped.
They're like, here's your studio. You go in, sit down in front of mics, and that's it. We have celebrity guests that will usher through every so often. But that whole vibe of what the O&A show was at XM was gone.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. We talk a lot about that. We don't mention Dummy, which it's got to kill him. I guess Opie was assuming that if I was going to do Jimmy's show, because as he thinks we're so obsessed with him, that it was just going to be this Opie bash fest. He's not even mentioned, aside from saying, the O&A show and talking about the XM days and stuff. But it has to kill him that we didn't even mention his fucking name, or he didn't even come up in our conversation. We're just talking about everything, life in general. The old show days, the Jim and Sam thing, why he left Sirius, and then, just shitting on each other, just goofing on each other, making fun of each other, having a lot of laughs. And it's great. I had such a good time up in New York getting AIDS and doing Jim's show. Sometimes watching a clusterfuck is very entertaining. Take Stuttering John. That's been able to be an entertaining clusterfuck for quite some time now. Opie. I watched an entire episode of Opie at Gephardt's yesterday. I watch everyone. I watch Steve and Garrett and Steve, however you want to say it. Chrissy Mayer. Shuli. I was watching Shuli watching Chrissy Mayer when she interviewed Stuttering John. So I watch all these shows. Sometimes it's the cringe factor. Sometimes I'm bewildered. Like when I watch Opie at Gephardt's, I'm just bewildered by the whole thing. I can't find one interesting or funny thing coming out of that show. I'm sorry. I just can't personally. But hey, if 36 people can't be wrong, so maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one. But when you're watching and Gregg is fixated on the chat. He's got a microphone. What can I use for a mic? He's got the microphone, right? And he's kind of talking. And then someone in the background, one of his guys at Gephardt's, will start talking. And it'll go like this. And the guy's telling a story. It's usually some long-winded, inane story. And I think, I'm not stupid or I'm not overly bashing. I understand. Opie probably assumes that this guy telling some dumb story that's way too detailed and he goes on way too long and he's got a horrible Boston accent, that Opie probably goes, all right, this is kind of funny. He's a goofy guy. So I get that part of it. But Opie puts the mic back and the guy's talking, and then Opie just, look, there it is. This is the exact thing. He's fixated on the chat. He's not listening to this guy. He's fixated. Are they saying something good about me? Are they saying something bad about me? Are they super chatting me some money? He cannot get himself decoupled from the screen long enough to actually interact with his guys. It's fucking fascinating. I watched this whole show last night. The whole thing. Look at him staring, squinting at the screen. He won't wear readers because my glasses are goofy, so he won't wear readers. But he occasionally turns back and just adds something to let them think he's paying attention to what they're saying, but he's clearly not. He's just like, ha, right? Oh, whoa, look out. And I'll watch that. Me and 36 other people will fucking watch that. So I did that last night. So I don't know why. Felt compelled. So the soap opera continues, people. The soap opera continues. There was another thing brewing over the weekend with my good friend and former radio co-host, Gregg Opie Hughes. Now, Opie loses his mind. It's the funniest thing. He loses his fucking mind when he looks into his chat, which he does constantly during his, what he would like to call a show. And then somebody will say something like, did you hear Anthony was shitting on you with his friends or something? You know, meaning, I guess, who are these podcasts or Shuley or something. And they're lying. They just, you know, I might have mentioned his show or his name came up when I was talking about O&A, when I talk about doing a show with Jimmy. And the trolls know it. Like, he gets like 30 views during his live streams. He gets 30 people that watch live. And out of that, I have to assume that maybe 5, and that I'm really giving him the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe 5 of those people are actual fans. For some reason, they tune in and they chat and watch and love what the Opester's doing. God bless. I would assume the other 25 are hate watching, are trolls building up a rapport so they could pull the trigger at some point, or they're sarcastically trying to annoy him about me. Some of them just pop right in and go, Anthony was shit talking you. And then without any checking or anything, he just goes, fuck that guy. What a loser. What a fucking, he's soulless, that prick. And then just starts shitting all over me when I hadn't really done much of anything. I'll critique his show. I haven't seen him get on and go, you know, read a chat that says, hey, Anthony was critiquing your show at Gephardt's the other day, and he had some suggestions, this. And then Opie could go, really critiquing my show? Here's my critique of his show. And then he could come out with the litany of errors that I make here on my program. But he just takes it and runs and goes to the lowest possible place that he can go. That I'm disloyal. I stabbed people in the back. I threw people under the bus, is what he said. You'll hear some of this. I'll play the clip in a second. But and the people that he suggests I threw under the bus, because I saw he threw his ex-wife under the bus. What? How do you give someone $1 million? That's a hell of a, I wish people would throw me under the bus every day. If that throwing under the bus amounted to $1 million. Yeah, it's called a marriage that didn't work. During a divorce, I think the goal is to try to throw the other person under a bus. But if anyone was tossed under the bus, it was old Anthony. $1 million to the tune of $1 million. So I don't know about that. Anyone else I worked with? Who did I get along with 99% of everyone I worked with. And anything else is because someone's got mental problems. That's pretty much what any issue I've ever had with people I previously worked with. And he just goes off. He goes off on a tear about me, thinking I'm here like shitting on him or his family or shit like that. I critique your show. And then when you shit on me, I will shit back on you. Juvenile, but that's how it goes. So yeah, I had a few in me on Friday, and I saw his his little clip here, and I answered back, and I'm like, yeah, he's a piece of shit, which he is. You know, he's a piece of shit. But what he says is, you know, and again, look at, it's just the chat that he is obsessed looking at during these shows, obsessed. And then he gets a viewer, a troll, who just gets him going. Look what got him fucking crazy. Look at this fucking comment that got him nuts. All right, here he is. Listen to this.
Opie's wearing shades because Cumia reviewed Opie at Gephardt's yesterday. He made fun of Opie squinting his eyes because he won't wear old man glasses like him. Opie's too cool to wear glasses. Ew, Anthony. Ew, Anthony. Ew, he's still going after me. Herbert.
Pause it.
Herbert's still going.
Pause. This isn't going after him. I watched the show at Gephardt's. I critiqued a few things. I said that Opie should fucking turn that chat off. Just fucking turn it off. You have two other people in the same room you're in discussing things, and he's not paying a second of attention to these other guys. You got some mental patient telling a story in the back, which is great. You know, he just repeats himself. Not Opie, the mental patient behind him. I don't know what his name is, but he's just going off on something. And like, it would be funnier if Opie was paying attention and could comment on some of the lunacy that this guy is talking about. But he's so fucking obsessed with either a compliment or an insult. He needs a compliment or an insult to go off on. He loves a good compliment. Then he'll talk about how awesome he is and shit like that. And then the insults, he's just waiting for it so he can explode. Like this. This isn't even an insult. Yes, I did watch the show at Gephardt's. Yes, I did talk about it. I wasn't making fun of him squinting. I'm going, look at him squinting. I go, he's trying to read the chat and he's squinting. And he had said in a previous episode that no matter what, he's not wearing glasses because he doesn't want to look silly like I do with my crazy glasses that he brought up one day on a show, that I wear these crazy glasses. And he's never going to do that. So instead, while the other people are talking and he's paying zero attention to them, he'll squint into the screen to try to see those chats that either give him a couple of bucks or drive him crazy. So that was my whole point. And then this guy knows this is a perfectly constructed comment to get him going crazy. This fucking guy knows it and crafted a let's make Opie crazy post. So it worked. Congrats, dude. Let her rip.
Going after me. Oh my God. Here's something. When you spend most of your show going after others and there's a whole world out there, that's all they do. They don't have material. They have nothing. They're lazy. They could barely get out of bed to do their show every day. I live this with stupid Anthony. So he's lazy.
You can pause
so
again. Morning radio is very difficult, people. And I liked going out. It was difficult for me to get up in the morning. But I think if I got in at 6:05, it's what it is. Am I late? Yeah, technically. You know, the Metallica fucking opening song is still playing. It's just, and Opie he'd say it on mic so the bosses would hear it. I'd walk in, take a seat, missed nothing. Yeah, literally the music was still playing, or they had just started the show and I'm running into the studio and I sit down and Opie would be like, Anthony's here. What, traffic? To let the bosses know I was late. And this wasn't all the time. Believe me, I was in there with plenty of time to spare on the vast majority of days we did the O&A show. But it was never, again, you'd never get a listener going, oh, I remember those shows where Anthony wasn't there for an hour or something. It just didn't happen. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And he's ratting me out live on the microphone so the bosses would know I was late. This is the type of scumbag this guy was. And as far as talking about him and not, you have to dedicate your show to talking about him because you have nothing to talk about. Every day I have pages of show preparation that doesn't include Gregg Opie Hughes. I know, much to his chagrin, SNL special thing, got a great employee throwing cans at a shoplifter, DNC Vice Chair David Hogg, Ashley Clare and Elon, AI girlfriends, drunk Camilla at a Broadway show, Germany's internet laws, Trump at the Daytona 500. This is like 2 shows worth of stuff. At the beginning of my show, if something had transpired over the weekend where this idiot decides to chime in about something, I'll respond. I'll respond to it. But to say that if I talk about him in response to some of the nonsense he comes up with, that I am doing it because I have nothing else to talk about, I'm lazy. I don't have. Look at the archives. Look and see, and I'm just talking to the general public. Look and see how many of my shows are tagged with Opie and Anthony. How about that? Look at how many titles of my shows throughout 11 years since I was booted from SiriusXM. 11 years of shows. And tell me how many have Opie and Anthony in the title or Opie and Anthony as a tag or something, as opposed to this guy. Maybe? Who still likes to start his shows with the same song that we started our show with. Just latching on to the Opie and Anthony thing to try to squeeze a few more fucking viewers out of a video. How many videos do I have on my YouTube channel of the Opie and Anthony show? How much money have I made putting literally clips taken right from the Opie and Anthony show and put on YouTube and monetized that only he makes money from? How many of those are up on our respective YouTube channels? So who's capitalizing on talking about, referencing, stealing material from the other Opie? Who's doing that? He's just incapable of seeing who and what he is and has become and all that. Continue, because I'm not.
What's the one thing I could do? I can always find a Opie video to make fun of. It's not why I'm wearing glasses. Trust me, I'll have my stupid shades off very, very soon. Tell Herbert to go screw.
Pause. There's a few things here. It's not why I have my glasses on. I'll take them off in a minute. Why would you? The sun is literally rising behind him. It's 5:30 in the mornings. For some reason, this guy gets up at before it's even light out. The sun is rising behind him, mind you. Not in front of him, behind him. And he felt compelled to put on sunglasses. For what? For what reason? Not because of what I said. I think he absolutely put him on because he doesn't want people to see him now squinting, reading the chat. Absolutely. There's no other reason, unless he just got cataract surgery, to be wearing his sunglasses. So he's lying. He can't even be honest about that. I called him out for squinting at the screen he's obsessed with. And then he goes, no, I'll take them off in a minute. Why? What is fucking someone arc welding in front of you? Is someone arc welding and then they're going to stop in a minute? They told you 1 minute, we're going to stop and you could take those shades off. He's lying. He squints and he doesn't want us to see him squinting now because he doesn't want to wear crazy man glasses like Anthony. I continue.
You're just a jerk. You always were a jerk. You're not loyal to anyone but yourself. I saw you throw your wife under the bus. I saw you throw all your girlfriends under the bus. I saw you throw your friends under the bus. I saw you throw all your bandmates under the bus. I saw you throw me under the bus. I gave you the biggest break of your stupid life.
Pause.
You're loyal to
no one. I have been accused of many, many things in my day. Racism, no. Womanizing, you know, infidelity with certain girlfriends. You know, you might remember the Jill Nicolini episode with the Canadian girl in the closet. Great story. Yeah, those things, I'd be hard pressed to really debate them. One thing I can tell you that no one has ever accused me of is being disloyal. My loyalty over the course of my life has gone beyond the call of loyalty duty. Abso-fucking-lutely. Everyone that knows me would attest to that. Even the people that worked at Compound Media, having, you know, within the past year or so been fired because we were, you know, melding the two camps together from Censored and Compound, they would even have a very tough time arguing that I was disloyal in any way. I kept that company going on fumes and made sure every fucking pay period, they all got paid. You read about a lot of these companies and shit when they're ready to start, what do they call, spooling down some of these companies, that the employees start going, hey, have you been paid? I haven't seen a check in like 2 months. I never did that. I literally withdrew money from my savings account to put into the corporate account so that those paychecks would go out on time. That's what I do. That's what my loyalty to my staff was. And look, things don't go on forever. We understand that. Compound had to change. We had to do something. But for that last couple of years, I just kept it going out of, I enjoyed doing it, and I enjoyed the people that worked there. They were loyal to me. I was loyal to them. I don't think anyone could argue that. Now, this fuck, on the other hand, now this motherfucker, on the other hand, when you talk about loyalty, I've never worked with or known someone who has fucked more people over under this false guise of being friends or coworkers or something than Gregg Opie Hughes. To points where their lives were thrown into shambles because of this guy and his lack of loyalty. So, you know, you want to talk about loyalty and throwing people on the bus. To bring up my wife and my girlfriends that I've thrown on the bus, who are you? What guy says that to another guy? You threw your girlfriends under the bus. Dude, be a dude. Yeah. We all went a little crazy back in those days. We all went a little crazy. There was a lot of pussy flying at us. You know, he had a girlfriend when we first started the show. They were not together after a little while of doing the show. Things happen. I would never say he threw his girlfriend under the bus. Like, what guy gives a fuck what another guy does with his girlfriends? Unless he's, you know, beating the shit out of them. And don't even bring up the Danny Brand thing. It's insane. He acts like a scorned girlfriend, like a woman. Ugh. And then friends? What friends? I am dear friends, real friends, with the same friends I've had from the time I was in high school till, you know, I guess I've made a few new friends here in South Carolina. Friday night, I was at a bar with Missy, and a couple that we met down here that used to be from New York was familiar with the O&A show and knows the whole New York thing. So, you know, when we first came down here over a year ago, we met them and talked. And, you know, now over a year later, bump into them at a bar and it's like, hey, how you doing? We sat there for hours drinking, laughing, and talking. So from that entire time period, from the time I was 16 till now, I have made and kept friends. Very few of my friends go to the wayside. It takes a lot. And this guy, I hear about one or two frat boys that he's known over the course of the years, and then that's it. And then there's just people he feels he can use and utilize to get another jump up on the social media, YouTube thing, whatever it is. Whether it was Carl or you know, the comedian of the week. And now it's these Gephardt guys. Whatever his friend of the week is that could help him, that could give him a place to do his show, a bar, that could give him material. There's a nutty guy that comes in and just spouts off insane rhetoric. They supply him with beers down at this bar, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the financial arrangement. I guarantee you, though, that they're making no money. So, you know, what loyalty. And working people, I've said this 1,000 times. There is not one person that I know of that we have worked with over the course of the Opie and Anthony show that I have remained friends with Gregg Opie Hughes. I don't know one. Every single one of them. I went to WAAF for their farewell broadcast. I went on the shows, Mistress Carrie. We went out, we drank, we laughed, talked about good old times at WAAF. The only time Opie's name came up was when people were conveying a story about what a fucking prick he was to them. What a backstabbing prick he was to them. BAB. I go to a party for my family. I find out that one of the very popular jocks, I won't even say his name to get him into any problems or anything, but one of the very popular longtime jocks there knows one of my cousins. So he shows up with his on-air partner guy, and we're like, holy shit, hanging, drinking, laughing, and guess whose name comes up? And it's not because it was funny or what a guy or he helped me out over this. It was what a fucking prick he was. This is all the shit that's being said by every single person he's ever worked with. But it's my fault. I've somehow magically influenced all these people.
No, but
I've influenced all these people. I am a regular Svengali. If you don't watch Seinfeld, don't say I pronounced it wrong. Yeah, I can just mesmerize people and have them hate Opie with my mind control. It's batshit thinking. There's a reason. If the majority of the people you've ever known or worked with don't like you, it's you. There's no other fucking reason. It's you. When you're a little kid, your mommy could tell you things like, they're just jealous. They're just jealous of you. Once you get older, you're supposed to have enough self-awareness to realize, uh-oh, I'm the fucking asshole. I'm the one. This is why people don't like me. I've gone around and fucked people over my entire career just to try to get that one more step up or to justify my position. When other people are justifying theirs through talent, I'll justify it through threats and fear. I've talked about that 1,000 times. The fucking guy, we would go into a meeting with the bosses, whether it was anywhere. Not so much AAF because we didn't really have anyone working for us. But once we hit NEW and started getting a production team together, it started. Opie realized he could have something over on the people that worked for us if there was this constant threat that they were going to be fired. This is what he did. So we go into the meetings with these bosses and kind of shit talk. This little fucking subtle shit talking of a couple of members of the staff, or he'd pick one to concentrate on for a given amount of time. He'd be like, we wanted to get this done, but, I put it out there and he dropped the ball, or, I just don't hear back from these people. And the bosses, they take note, and then maybe next meeting, he brings it up again, right up until the bosses go, hey, we can replace, if you're not happy with this guy, we could absolutely replace him. I'll put an ad out. We'll go in company. We'll get somebody. And then here it comes. No. I'm not saying that. No. Look, I'll have a meeting with him and we'll turn it around. Then he goes to the person and goes, dude, I just saved your ass in there. They were ready to fucking can you. And, they're ready to fucking hire someone else. You got to step it up, bro. So we would do this to the staff. And if you don't believe this, ask any of the staff. E-Rock, Travis, fucking all of them. Anyone that worked with us at Sirius Satellite Radio, Sirius XM, WNEW, Ben Sparks. We do with Ben. I saw Ben when I was doing Legion of Skanks over at the stand, laughing, drinking, and then guess whose name comes up because he's a fucking asshole. It just doesn't, this isn't a coincidence. This is a real thing. You'd have to look and go, God damn, I must really be an asshole. Everyone hates me. So he would do this. And subsequently, some people would. He would, set them adrift. And Carlisi was one of those guys. Steve Carlisi. And Steve, he definitely had issues. This guy, I believe, not talking out of school. I worked with him for many years, but he didn't seem like he was a happy guy. And it was kind of sad because he was very funny, talented. He was a fun guy to be around. But he had his demons. And I don't think it was imperative to get rid of Steve when they did. And I think it was very detrimental to his mental health to get rid of him. I think that should have been taken into consideration when looking to get rid of that guy. That, look, he's going through some shit. Let's see what we can do about it. No. And he was one of the prime guys that used to get shat upon by Opie in the meetings with the bosses. And then he'd go back. Steve, dude, how many times I can't save your job every day. Meanwhile, the guy that was initiating the whole thing went in there and shitting on the staff was him. And part of the reason was the recognition that myself and Jimmy got for what we were there for, the show, being entertaining, being interesting, being compelling, being funny, getting the accolades, the bits that people would talk about when we're out on appearances. Opie would have to sit there while we're signing and have people come up to me and Jimmy and go, God damn, dude, I had to pull my car off the road when you guys were talking about this, that, the other thing. And Opie's just sitting there. No one mentioned one of Opie's bits, segments. Oh, remember he threw the poker chips at the woman. Yeah, I remember that. Oh my God, he smashed the CD and Bernie gets one crazy. Sure, great one. What have you done for me lately? And when that really started taking hold, he needed a position, a place in this show, because he was starting to feel like he didn't have a place. He said that before. I felt like I was an outcast on my own show. So it went like that for a while, and he thought, well, I'll be the guy that they're afraid of. I'll be the guy that threatens and holds their jobs in my hand. That'll get me respect. The respect that these guys get from doing their job and being entertaining, I'll get that respect out of fear. I won't sign a contract until 1 minute before it's due, letting everyone sit around wondering if they have a job tomorrow. They've been working at this job for years. They have families. And Opie sitting there going, will I sign? Won't I sign? I'll wait 1 minute to 6 and I might sign it. Imagine putting your employees through that. They're not going to look at it and go, wow, that was so cool. I respect that guy. They're going to go, what an asshole. And then years later, when they talk to people and his name comes up, they're going to go, what an asshole. So he wants to talk about loyalty. He wants to shit on me about loyalty. Get the fuck out of here. I'm an internet tough guy. Just ask Kevin Brennan. And he's threatened to beat me up, by the way. Opie's threatened to, if I see him walking down the street, I'll fucking punch him in the mouth. He has said that. I've never taken this to any physical threats of physical violence. I know damn well I could do a lot more damage to him like this than I could, in a little fist fight. So I'll do this. He's incapable of answering this back. He can shit on me more. He'll do that. But he'll never be able to address everything I just said about the friends and former employees and bosses even and whatnot. Oh my God. At the Fez, I could keep going. There was the Fez Watley thing at the Hard Rock Cafe with Ron Bennington. After Fez died, they had like a Hard Rock museum of Fez Watley memorabilia. And a bunch of people were there. Really cool, fun people from XM, satellite radio and whatnot. And a couple of bosses were there. Supervisors, bosses, program directors, things like that. And again, we are laughing, talking about the Ron and Fez show and all the fun, laughs, drinking. And then his name comes up. And they say, what an asshole. What a shithead that guy was. Couple of, one of the Letterman writers that you might remember from Sirius XM being taken on board after my departure. And we were hanging out at that same event. The laughing, the drinking, the talking. And then, what an asshole. And he worked with him. So, loyalty, if you're loyal to someone, they don't end up despising you and shit talking you. That's what happened. I didn't hypnotize hundreds of people to dislike you, thousands, perhaps millions, based on fan base. He honestly thinks I got the fans to not like him because of the hate he gets. Has he? No, because he's so self-centered. He doesn't understand that myself, Jim Norton, we have gotten insane amounts of hate over the years for everything. It's affected family, things like that. So who were they? Who influenced them, Ope? Is there more to that clip? I think there is. Let's see.
No one but yourself. Could someone fix that in the edit? Thanks. It was almost a perfect rant until the end, and then I fucking fumbled a little bit. But tell Herbert to go screw.
He does all my bits, too, on the air. He does all my little idiosyncrasies and little lines that I would say, because that was my go screw. That's mine. That's mine. The Negro, that's mine. The future, that's mine. He does all these things. He's like utilizing my shit from the Opie and Anthony show. And that's only 3 off the top of my head. I've heard tens, dozens of these things that he will spout out. I go, yeah, that's mine. I did that. I said that. Here's the situation I said it in. So for someone that, despises me and hates me and I'm disloyal, he sure uses a lot of my little things, my sayings. Does he go, all right? Does he use that one? Holy mackerel. And I'm going to leave it out. The Herbert thing. The Herbert thing. Is that something he learned from his kids? Is that like part of the youth's thing? Because I've heard of a Herb. Oh, that guy's a Herb. He's a Herbert. What? Do you know that one, guys? Have you heard of that one?
Never heard of that before.
Yeah. I will say I heard of it many, many years ago on an episode of Star Trek. They met some hippie aliens. Every 60s sci-fi show had to have one episode that was completely ruined by dating themselves so much by having a 60s hippie kind of episode. And there were these, a couple of people, and they like had little harps and musical instruments, and they would talk about like nature and stuff, man. And they would call people Herb that didn't understand like what they were all about, man. And he does that too. Oh, he does that, man. That was my shit. I did the man. So, yeah, they didn't understand the coolness of that. Those guys, they would call him a Herbert. You're a Herbert. And it was like an insult. And I think of late in the juvenile vernacular, people have been using Herb or Herbert to denote somebody that was stupid or whatnot. So what is he? Herbert? All right. I'm Herbert then. Unreal. Anyway, that was the Opie thing. I went way longer than I wanted to. I swear I wanted to do like 10 minutes on that. But every so often, he'll comment on the chat, go off on me, and then I'll have to play it and comment back on it. And when he accuses me of being disloyal, that is such a fucking projection. That is a complete spin around projection on his part. He is despised by everyone he's ever known or worked with because of his unbelievable disloyalty to everyone. I had to tell him, I've written it in books. I had to tell him to not do this. Hey, I need my blueberries. Where are my blueberries? At an intern or someone. And one day I was cringing. I had to actually walk up to him and say, Opie, I got to tell you. I go, I don't think the staff likes you snapping at them. He goes, when have I snapped? I go, no, not snap. Like, they don't like that either. But I go, not snap. I mean, literally like, so, but if I'm on mic and I got to talk, we're not doing the nightly news here. You could say, hey, could you get me? And then go back to your story. This is the most demeaning thing. Remember Carmela in The Sopranos when she was like waving over her maid? And then what's her name? Artie Bucco's wife? Yeah. And then Artie Bucco's wife was catering an event at the Sopranos house. And Carmela looked at her and went like that. And she went, oh, I'm just the fucking help. I thought I was, friends with this woman. I saw her do that to the maid, and now she's doing it to me. I'm the help. How else is someone supposed to interpret this? He did this to people without even thinking about it. That's how you spread goodwill in the workplace? That's loyalty, my friend. I wouldn't dream of doing that to another fucking human being. Never mind someone you profess to have a relationship with. It's unbelievable. Well, I'll just sit back and wait for the next trashing, I guess. I saw a clip today. I hit play and I'm like, oh, you fucking idiot. You dope. So apologies to everybody. I will not spend as much time on it as I did, last week. But here it is. This is the Opester talking about my WABC deal. He's I don't care if he doesn't care about it. That's fine. I don't even care if he shits on it or trashes it. But he lets these trolls control his life. And then he reads a complete fabrication because the trolls know they could get to him, and then goes off on it like it's true and calls me a liar and stuff. If you pop that up here, you could see the text there. It says, Anthony said he was offered more than $300,000 for WABC, and he will do a solo show so he doesn't have to pay anyone. You were only offered $40,000. Now, I don't even know. I don't even think Opie was offered a job over there. If he was, it certainly was not from the same people that are running the place now. Maybe when Disney owned it and he was first fired, maybe. But now it's owned by an individual owner who's a billionaire, literally a billionaire. And it's run like a mom and pop radio station, like the old days. And I know for a fact they didn't offer him anything. So maybe back in 2017, 2018, I don't even remember when he got fired from Sirius, but maybe then, and they offered him what he said, 40,000 or something like that. Good, fine, take it. You got a lot of money. Money shouldn't really mean that much to you. If you want to do something, you should do it. But Opie said he just turned him down, man. Turn him down, man. I, for one, have never discussed anything about money for this deal. I haven't said a word about how much I'm making with this deal. Never mentioned it. But this troll guy, and I can't blame him. I mean, how do you not go after a guy that falls for it every fucking time? There's not one word of money that I've discussed about this whole thing. I defy you to find it. You will not find it because I have not discussed a word about money with this. But the Opster, because this guy said it, thinks I went somewhere or got online or did a chat or whatever it is and said I was offered $300,000. So now he's going to talk about me like I actually said it and call me a liar. Never said it. Watch this douchebag.
John Leggy. Anthony said he was offered more than $300,000 for WABC, and he will do a solo show, so he doesn't have to pay anyone. You were only offered $40,000. You know, Anthony's lying. He's simply lying. WABC does not have $300,000 for Anthony. But whatever, man. Whoa, what was that? Oh, my phone. A lot of people are asking, are you jealous that Anthony Cumia is back on radio? And my thought is this. After 11 years since Anthony ruined the best radio show in America, the Opie and Anthony show, he's the reason the show ended because he couldn't help it with his stupid racist crap. After 11 years of running a small-time media company into the ground where he was bleeding money, Anthony Cumia is making his triumphant return to part-time AM radio, and I'm supposed to be jealous. No, of course I'm not jealous. What year is this? Oh my God, I'm making my triumphant return to CB Radio. I'm going to have a handle. My handle is going to be Gregg Shells, and I'm going to be heard on Channel 19 as I make my triumphant return to CB Radio. Of course I'm not jealous. And he's lying. He's not making $300,000 at ABC. There's not even a chance. Lies, 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 yeah. Lies, 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 yeah. Who did that? Lies, lies. Oh, the Thompson twins. Oh, my God, that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut on your home of rock and roll. Whatever, man. We live in a world where people just make up shit. So what are you going to do? But that's my thoughts on Anthony going back to radio after 11 years. 11 years after blowing up the Opie and Anthony show because he couldn't help himself with his race crap. After 11 years of a failed small-time media company, he's going back to AM radio, and I'm supposed to be jealous. No. And no.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Wow. Amazing. What were 30 people watching? His 30 friends that he names every single one of them when they pop up on the screen. Like I said, the trolls they know they can get to him. They just get to him. And he responds, plays right into their hands like an idiot. And the stuff about, Compound, say what you want. I had a business. I still have a business. I'm working with Compound Censored now. And Compound Media was great. Went for 10 years. Yeah. Toward the end, the overhead was crushing me. I just couldn't afford everything we were paying out. Some of the deals that were set up for bandwidth and shows and things like that, that was all in Keith's hands, and I don't blame him. He was a cop, not a fucking general manager of a broadcast company. It was a bunch of cool people, friends, hanging out, having a great time for 10 years. And we made money, and then toward the end, it was costing money, but I didn't care. I have money, and it was fun, and I enjoyed being around the people that worked there. They were happy. I paid everybody. Never got in a situation where they had to wait for their pay. Never happened. And it was fun. And 10 years that's a pretty good stint. Pretty good timeline for running any business, quite frankly. And especially when you compare it to anything he's done. Anything. Like, what are you getting out of it? What did you do? What have you done? What chances have you taken? What innovation and reinventing of yourself have you done? None. Zero. He's the exact same dope he's been for decades. You know, no bravery, no courage to step up and actually take a chance on yourself. Say, yeah, I like doing this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to build something out of it, like I did. And like Jimmy does, Jim Norton. He didn't like the deal they were giving him over at SiriusXM. And he said, you know, he could have stayed there and pocketed more money. And I'm sure Jim's done very well saving his money. And didn't have to go on to something else. But he was like, yeah, I'm just not into this, and I have other ideas of things I want to do. And you take the chance and you do it. And he did. He's got Jim Norton Can't Save You. Funny show, takes callers, gets great guests. He got a lot of publicity in all the newspapers. He had one of these Santos, I guess, one of the politicians on, talking about who was the smelliest person in Washington, D.C. Yeah. And who was it? That big fat load. I keep thinking Adam Schiff. I bet he stinks too. I bet Adam Schiff stinks too. Anyway, yeah, it's about taking chances, betting on yourself, going like, yeah, I have faith in myself that I can do this. You want to stagnate for decades. That's your prerogative. Good luck. Good luck with it. Have fun. But as far as radio goes, yeah. Why wouldn't I want to get back into broadcast radio when I do this? It's not anything different. I'm not going to have to stop doing this show. I do this. I will still be here Monday through Thursday, 4:30 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. And nothing on this show is going to change. All the same topics and all the same controversial subject matter and talk. And I'll do the show with Gavin on Wednesdays. Everything is the same. But to have a platform that reaches a shitload of people on broadcast radio, and they syndicate to 388 stations across the country. So there's that. You know, again, bet on yourself. You do well, and that's an option. You know, once you get your foot in the door, you don't know what's going to happen next. And if you have faith and confidence in yourself and know that you're good, things happen. And you get better things, better gigs, other gigs, more interest. You know, it's just part of what people do, what normal thinking fucking people do. You know, if you want to give up at 61 years old or whatever he is, you want to just give up and go, radio, I don't really need a podcast. I just turn on a mic. I'll just talk in front of my window to 30 people. If that's what you want to do, that's great. But other people actually want to do something and show, you know, show themselves and the people that have supported them over the years that you're still in this. You're still motivated. Want to do something. And, you know, I have the podcast. So what else could I do? Radio calls to offer me a job? Yeah, I could do that. I got to come in here earlier and do an hour and then take a little time. And then I come back and do this show. 2.5 hours of work. You know, is that really they offered me 40,000. I said no, because he thinks, you know, he's the great Opie, and it's insulting for him to be offered such a measly pittance of money, unless of course it's him streaming, then he's literally begging for change. For change. Literally. So, and the other thing, I said I haven't even addressed money to anybody. I won't. I don't do that. I never did until years after gigs. I talked about NEW, and I don't even think I talked about SiriusXM. But if it's pertinent to a story or something, maybe. But at this point, I don't just talk about financial deals that I have going. But here's a fact. Money was not my motivation here. They offer you money, and it wasn't like, see here. Like the Opester there saying, 40,000, I'm the great Opie from the Opie and Anthony show. How dare you insult me? First of all, you're damaged goods. You said it yourself. I was damaged goods. I get it. I spoke openly and honestly about a problem in New York City. That's what I did. That was my great fucking problem. The race stuff that he says, that was my issue. That was my crime. I was assaulted in New York City and dared talk about the problem with violence in New York City and within the black community in New York. I talked about it and I tweeted about it, and that was my big fucking crime. And over the course of 11 years, I think I've been vindicated there too, because all you see now, everyone's acknowledging it now. Finally, I was the only one that said something back then, and I paid the price. Now, I defy you to find anyone that would really be afraid to address that issue and go, yeah, there is a problem. So that was my crime. I didn't photograph a coworker taking a shit in a bathroom stall. That wasn't my crime. I didn't put the camera over the top of the stall while someone's trying to relieve themselves and snap a picture of it. And then the build up to that also, saying that he was going to take the whole summer off. I'm taking the summer off. I'm Opie. I could do whatever I want. And then Jim and Sam took over the show. And when he came back, all right, I'm ready to go back to, they're like, yeah, well, we don't have that slot anymore. It's not open. You could take like afternoons or whatever he took. I don't know, midday, mornings. And then, whoever he could use for that year, that was his show. It failed miserably. He talks all the time about how, when I had Sherrod and Carl and all these guys, like, oh, we were fucking doing great. And it's you could see it. You could look that up. He was not doing great. No one cared. No one was listening. Just like they are now. If he had a great show going, why doesn't he now? Why do 30 people watch his show? 30 people. And the only time he gets any kind of numbers that aren't completely embarrassing on his videos are when he just clips an old O&A video just from our show. It's actually copyright infringement, but he puts that up. And the other time when he talks about me or Jim Norton, that's it. He will get 100 views on any of his dopey videos that he's going to be the next Instagram star. He's going to be the next YouTube influencer, being goofy and wacky around New York City. It's fucking embarrassing. So when he talks about me and Jimmy, Jimmy's got amazing self-control, because I just can't. Jimmy will not mention that motherfucker on any of his things, his shows, anything. He just does not mention Opie. I know personally he cannot fucking stand him, but he just will not take any bait. I, on the other hand, have less control. When he talks about this and says I'm a liar because a troll said I said something about money, I have to. I just have to. I'm compelled to call him out for the imbecile that he is and displays himself as all the time. So that's, kind of where we're at. That's what he's such an idiot. I'm doing the ABC thing because I want to, because it seems fun and exciting. There's good people over there. It's a great different type of outlet from this show. It reaches people. You do things on those shows on broadcast radio, it makes news. You get your name out there. You get access to interviews that I would never get here doing this show. There's a distinct possibility I could be talking to Donald Trump on ABC. There are quite a few hosts on that station that do interviews regularly with Donald Trump. Other, politicians, newsmakers. There's opportunities like that. It's not about how much did they offer you. Are you doing it? Opie knows how much money I made. I've made my money. I'm very comfortable, thank you. I've been very lucky and blessed over the course of my radio career, and with some amazing people that we were surrounded by that knew that we were probably not the most responsible people with money. So they made sure that money was put away and would last a lifetime. So I'm not doing things for money. I do this. It makes money. Great. I'll do ABC. I get paid for it. Great. But I genuinely enjoy this. It's fun. I did, Bob Levy's show yesterday. I do Shuli's show regularly, and I'll pop in on WATP, Chrissy Mayer's show, Garrett and Steve. I just like this. I don't think he can fathom that type of thing. What is enjoyment? You do something because you like doing. What is that like? What does that feel like? Firing up a camera and a mic and talking about things and talking with other people that do this, or friends or people in the news. What is that like to enjoy? What is that? That's like Opie. He's just a miserable person. And I just, I don't want him spreading that misery over what I do. Like I said, it's terrible I even have to bring it up, but it's, one of my foibles. I just can't, leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. I just can't leave it alone. So I had to address it, but that's pretty much where I stand on that one. I'm doing ABC Radio. I'll have more details tomorrow about schedule. And I'm doing it, because like this, I enjoy doing it. And there are opportunities there because I'm not just hanging it up and, driving my kids to birthday parties at 61 years old. It's not my ambition in life. I haven't given up to broadcast to 30 fucking people in front of a window with a shitty camera and a crappy microphone and no material. Thank you. All right, anyway.
God damn it, Doom.
Doom! Find God! Find God!
God damn it, Doom. You quit that. It's not happening for the last freaking time.